Alright, let's get this over with. So, hello, Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Toku Topics, the Cobra Kai figures. So, if you haven't already checked out my video reviews, which not many people did, which was the Daniel LaRusso, Samantha LaRusso, and Skelly Putty figures, you would know that there are still two more that I needed to take a look at. Now, these have been out for a very long time, but I didn't care. I didn't want to get them. Until Target was like, yeah, nobody wants these, so let's go ahead and discount them down to $8 a piece. And then I went, okay. So I was able to track down, thanks to two different Targets, the rest of the ones that I needed before they cleared them all out. They are gone from Targets, I think, for the most part. I don't know if Target.com ever fulfilled their orders, like, at all. But here are the last couple Cobra Kai figures. Now, what fell on the floor was another Skelly Putty. And I have two more Skelly Putties. So I already took a look at this guy. Definitely the best figure in this lineup, and the only one I can actually recommend that I think is a cool figure, and the only one I actually like. And since it's an army builder, I got two more. So now I have three total, because, you know, $8 a piece. But here we go. We have the last two that I did not have. The ones that are, you know, here. I don't know why that's so out of frame there. Let's go ahead and move the camera up a tad. So we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Target exclusive Cobra Kai series morphed Johnny Lawrence Black Boar Ranger and morphed Miguel Diaz Red Eagle Ranger. So these were revealed at the April fan stream event. Then they went for pre-order then, and they kind of came out around like late July, early August or so, and then rotted away on Target shelves ever since then. Now, I will say I like these better than the Daniel and Samantha ones, because they are a little bit more unique. As you can see, they don't have sleeves, which I think is kind of cool, but it really kind of takes away. I feel like, you know, not only does the, obviously, unmasked heads, but when you start showing, like, you know, exposed skin on Ranger suits, I feel like it kind of takes away that kind of morphed aspect of it. These are just two guys wearing ninja outfits, not really Rangers. So, you know, it's what it is, but Johnny Lawrence, I actually do have an attachment now, because I do actually know who this character is now, because recently me and my buddy Chris over on my second channel, Too Many Topics, watched through the Karate Kid trilogy. He'd seen it many times, I had never seen it, so now I know about this character. I don't know who Miguel is. Is he Blue Beetle? Is that true, or did I make that up? But we're going to be watching Cobra Kai actually really soon, which is kind of what this video is about. We're going to be starting the first season of Cobra Kai on my first time watching series over on Too Many Topics next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to check that out. I believe that would be November 2nd. So at the time of this video, that'll be next Thursday. So yeah, here we go. We have these two figures. You know, it's kind of strange too. Some Targets got both of these alongside the Skelly Putty. They kind of shipped all together at the same time. Some Targets only got Johnny. Some Targets only got Miguel. The closest Target to me had a bunch of Skelly Putties and only Johnny. And the one that was like 20 minutes away from me had Miguel and the Skelly Putties. So, a weird thing. Thankfully, unlike the other three, there's no box variation differences in here, even though the promo shots showed there being a different render size on the figure boxes. They only ever showed up in this kind of mid-range render, so yay. But anyway, we have the same kind of setup as the original Cobra Kai boxes. We have all the Cobra Kai logos back there. There is Johnny as the morphed Black Boar Ranger. There he is on the side, the name, the artwork, and on the back you get the William Zabka head sculpt and all of that such, and everything you would expect. And then for Miguel, we have the artwork, the name, the accessories. Whoa, isn't that crazy? So let's go and open these up and take a look at these two figures. Alright, so here is Johnny and Miguel out of the box here, and honestly, compared to the other Cobra Kai figures, these are not bad. They're not like terrible figures. I just, like all the other Cobra Kais, don't really see the full point of them existing. Let's go and take a look at Johnny here. So obviously it uses the Adam figure that we had back in 2022 as the base sculpt here. It has Eagle Fang Karate on the back. The other ones had Miyagi-Do Karate. And also there's the Cobra Kai logo on the back of the Skelly Putty. So it is cool to have that there. The paint application I think is applied here cleaner than it was on the original Adam figure. The ninjas were definitely a very spotty release of the Lightning Collection back then. You have the power coin for the Boar Ranger. And I mean, that's pretty much it. You do get to black buckle and stuff there. You get brand new arm pieces, which I will say I like better than the regular ninja armor, ninja ones, because the joints on the ninja ones have always been so strange. You still have that there with the knees, and they don't feel as terrible. This joint is still awful on the Ninja Ranger figures. It doesn't feel like it wants to move ever at all without snapping or something, so I'm not going to try to do it. That's pretty much it, though. I will say I also do appreciate that since you have this new sculpted, unmorphed arm, I do like that it's kind of, it's somewhat thin because, usually Rangers are not like super buff, but they're supposed to be a person inside of a suit, so you kind of have a thicker arm kind of thing. And so to have the arm be a little thinner, I actually appreciate that kind of detail there. And then there is the Johnny head sculpt, which, I do see it. I think it's probably better than Daniel's head sculpt, but I still don't think it's like absolutely perfect by any means. And of course, you can, quote unquote morph him because you have the collar piece, and then you have what is essentially just Adam's Ranger head. So, you kind of have the eyes painted and stuff in there, and that's kind of the full morphed look, which I kind of like. I do like the sleeveless look, honestly. I just don't know how much I'd necessarily consider these guys to be Rangers. Like, it's fine for what it is. And of course, you can take that off, possibly. It's on there a little tight, and then you put that collar piece back on. And Johnny's head. But that's pretty much it for him there. His other accessories include just some splayed open hands, karate hands and stuff, which I do like these skin colored hands a lot. They're great for the original Ninja Ranger, so you can kind of recreate the more accurate 95 movie look. And then you do get this nice blast effect piece in orange, which we've never had in orange before, so I do like that as well. And then for Miguel, he's exactly the exact same figure as Johnny, except for the fact that you have the hawk coin there, which I like. I like the red, the black line accents, which I don't remember if they were black lines, or no, because they were gold lines on Rocky, right? Or am I completely making that up? But regardless, I like the black lines on the red. And then there is Miguel, who I have no connection to this character yet, so I don't know if that's a good head sculpt for him or not. But there it is. Same arms as Johnny, eagle feint on the back. I do like the color red. You get essentially the same exact head as Johnny as well, and as Rocky back then. You get the little collar piece. You get is it the same hands? I think it's the same exact hands that Johnny has, and you get the same exact effect piece as Johnny has. So they're pretty much the same thing, but $8 a piece, sure, they're fine for that. Alright, and with that is going to do it for my review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Cobra Kai Johnny Lawrence figure and Miguel Diaz figure. So like I said, if you like the show, if you're connected to the characters, sure, $8, sure. If you can find them for cheap, sure. Like, it's not just a sure. They're not amazing figures, but they're not bad figures. They're just weird figures, and that's what this entire Cobra Kai collaboration thing was. The Skelly Putty is still the best one. I'm happy that I have 3 of that. I'm happy that, well, I guess I wouldn't say that I'm happy that these sold so badly, but at least I'm happy that they went on clearance, so I didn't have to pay nearly $30 for each of these, because I never would have wanted to do that. But I'm glad to have them over with. They're an interesting novelty thing, and as I begin to watch Cobra Kai with my buddy Chris over on my second channel, maybe I'll really grow an attachment to these 2 characters and really like that I have them. But until then, they're just a completionist thing that I bought. But let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of these figures? Did you get them? Did you not get them? Did you get them on sale? Did you pre-order them and they just never shipped them, like they for some reason didn't do? What do you think of Cobra Kai in general? Anything that you want to talk about in the comments below, I want to hear about it. And of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LightningVicPR, and I'll see you all later. To wrap up this video, I'd like to thank my $5 and above patrons: Jurassic Samurai, Maggot Alchemist, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, MCPC Studios, James Darty, Eric Berry, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, Pyramidas, CBT Tesla, Cross SCV, Caboose Ed, Socket Monsters, Daniel Pika, Hella Geo, Thrasher, Jesus Prime, Uni Warrior Thomas, Louis Carnes, and Carlos Alfredo. You can support Toku Topics for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon, linked in the description below.